guys, just checking in. Today is the day. I was so excited to show you guys these commercial bathrooms that we've been working on. It's been so amazing, but if you take a quick look and see, we have one little problem. Well, actually, it's kind of a huge problem. We have no partitions, guys. It's been crazy. We were supposed to open the space up yesterday, but it didn't happen. And when I'm sitting here and in this situation that's been super stressful, I thought, here's an opportunity to educate the people on something that goes on in our industry. So here we go. So a question I get asked a lot is, how do I get my contractor to work faster? So in this little video, I definitely want to teach you guys and show you, what does that mean? Can you really make your contractor go faster? The answer is you can't. You can't make us go any faster than we're already going. I know that's really gonna upset some people, but just listen to what I have to say. While you can't make us go any faster, you can definitely do some things to help make sure that your experience is really good. You gotta choose a team that you trust, guys. If you're not trusting the people that are coming in and doing the work for you, please don't hire them. And the same thing with us. If you're not trusting us, we really don't wanna work for you because it creates a hostile work environment. So make sure you get references. We will definitely provide you with people to talk to about work we've done. You can tour some of the work we've done. You can read our reviews online, talk to people on the phone, ask friends and family that have used us before, but make sure there is that trust factor, because there's always gonna be stuff that happens on jobs and it can't be avoided. But if you have that trust there, you're not gonna be constantly wanting to push your contractor to move quicker. So communication is key. If you are choosing a team that you trust, you definitely want to make sure that you guys have great conversation. If you know you have a deadline in mind that you want to reach, you've got to let us know that ahead of time before we start the job, before any contracts are signed, because you might tell us that you need a job done in a specific amount of time that's unrealistic, and we want to be able to say that to you. If you keep a deadline in your mind, like, oh gosh, this kitchen has to be done by December 15th, and you never tell us that, you're setting us up for failure if December 15th rolls around and we aren't done yet. We base our job lengths off of past experience. So if you ask us, how long is it gonna take to finish this job? We'll typically give you a window. So we might say 2 to 4 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks. That's based on our experience, knowing the certain elements that are happening in the job and knowing how long it's gonna take to get it done. You might give us a deadline when we're having sort of our estimate conversations and doing a quote for you guys, and we might say, hey, we can't do it. And that's okay. We want to have that honesty with you guys where we can step away from a job. We also know that there are certain jobs that do have definite timelines. When we have those definite end dates that we have to stick to, our planning is really different. We use our resources a little differently. We have to start, right when we get all of our stuff in stock. So there's just a different way that we handle it internally. So please make sure to tell that to your contractor before you sign any contracts. So now you have a team that you trust, you've got some communication guidelines set up, and now the job has started. You've got to stay in communication with your team and just know that the workflow of the team is different than what you might perceive should be happening. So you might say, gosh, there's so much happening in the beginning of the job and then it kind of tapers off, and then where did everybody go? Why is there a day off? How come this isn't happening? Again, it all comes down to that trust. Just because you don't see a huge amount of stuff happening on the job site doesn't mean work is not happening. We're always behind the scenes, tweaking things, organizing people, getting stock in, getting materials, all that kind of good stuff. So again, I'm gonna say it again, you're gonna have to come back to that trust. So now I'm gonna show you guys something, give you a little illustration. If you've been around the DBS Facebook page for a while now, if you're an OG of the page, you know that I've given another illustration of what we call the job flip out. There is something that happens on every job where clients flip out about 3/4 of the way through. There's different variations of the flip out, but I just kind of want to give you a little illustration. So take a look at this. This is our timeline of the job. We start the job 1/4, halfway, 3/4, end. So what happens is this will be sort of like the heart rate of the client. So I'm going to show you what happens. In the very beginning of the job, the client's pretty excited. Their heart rate is going up and down. Lots is happening. They're seeing things happen. There's excitement. Man, we've actually started this project. We've been dreaming about this forever. Let's see it happen. So that gets to about 1/4 of the way of the job. Where we've done demo, if we're taking stuff out, or framing. It's the stuff where the guts are going in and people see stuff happening. So then, just the natural flow of the job, there's typically a little slower spot, but this is okay because the clients are all right. They're chilling, they see us working. Again, we have that trust level. They might have little moments where they kind of wonder what's going on, but that's when they can give us a call, shoot us an email, get some clarification on something. But again, you gotta make sure that trust and communication is open. But then somewhere right between 1/2 and 3/4, there's this crazy thing that happens. Is in people's minds, their heart rate starts going up. They're just getting stressed and anxious. What's happening here is they're thinking about all the money that they spent. They're thinking about how long this job is taking. They're looking at the project 3/4 of the way done and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm sad. It doesn't look like I expected it to look yet. And then right in here, the people start thinking, man, I need to push these people. I need to push them. They need to go faster. They're not getting the job done. So here's what's crazy. The client is thinking, I really want to see X, Y, and Z happen. Oh, there's my little Z. In their mind, whatever that is, that element, that frustration that's built up in their mind, they're saying, I need to see X, Y, and Z happen. We have X, Y, and Z on the schedule. It's already there. It's always been there. But right here, here's where the crazy thing happens. Right about 3/4 of the way through, people freak out and they say in their minds, man, I'm gonna pitch a fit, I'm gonna push, we gotta get this moving, we gotta do this faster, where are these things, why isn't it happening? They flip out on us right here about 3/4 of the way, and then what they wanted happens right after. Do y'all see the craziness behind that? It was already scheduled, they flip out, and then it happens, so they think that their flip out actually helped the X, Y, and Z happen. That's not at all how it happened, guys. So now they've been, their brain has been told, man, my flip out made them work faster. So then you have people telling us in the industry, man, you just gotta push your contractor. You gotta let them know. You gotta make sure that they are on top of it and doing everything they're supposed to do. But guys, the little flip out didn't do anything. They just think it did, and we're just trying to be kind and patient ourselves and say it was already gonna happen, so we just have to calmly get you through that. But I just wanna teach you guys and defend my industry. This was already planned. Your freak out did nothing. So while the flip out does nothing and does not help make the situation any better, here's what it does do, guys. It creates a hostile work environment. All of a sudden, now we feel like you don't trust us, you've sort of exploded and vented on us, and it just makes it harder to continue on with the job because we really do want to make sure everything goes right. And if you are pushing, especially a non-reputable company, that's why it matters so much, is if you start pushing your contractor to move faster, a lot of times corners will be cut. So quality of work will go down. And here's a truth that you guys need to know. Happy work looks way better than sad, angry, frustrated work. I see it day in and day out on job sites where guys are frustrated, they feel underappreciated, they feel rushed, they feel pressured. The work quality goes down. There's more things that we have to cover up, go back and redo, and that kind of stuff. We will always end up with a quality product, but there are companies out there that if you push the guys and you're letting out that frustration, they're like, fine, I'll get you out faster, but the quality is gonna go down. So while flip outs don't work, here's what you can do. It's always helpful if you encourage the team that's working for you. We love that. We love to hear if you see something cool or if one of the guys has done something above and beyond your expectations. That's the kind of stuff that will naturally push us to perform better. If you have an issue, we want to do that. Don't ever hide if there's a problem or if you're frustrated or upset. We'd rather you have that discussion with us, let us chat it out, and then move forward. But if you're just trying to get speed going on the project, positive reinforcement will always get you further. And here's the last secret, guys. If you are working with us, any of the top dogs of the job, of the team, so it's me, Wesley, Jonathan, we all have an element of sort of a people pleaser in us. We want to make sure you guys are happy. We get very stressed out when there's stuff going awry. Like in this job right now, Wesley and I and Jamie were like, hey, what if we hired paratroopers to go down on the delivery truck and pull the partitions out and drag them to the church and install them ourselves overnight? We're already trying to come up with every solution possible. So extra pressure from the client doesn't help us go any faster. You've got to know we're already losing sleep. We're already trying to do everything possible. It's in who we are. We're in the service industry. We get more business by having happy customers. So please know we already have that built into us. You don't have to add that extra pressure. If anything, you can just trust us and know that we are doing everything we can do to get your job to an awesome end. So as I sit here on this toilet in this unfinished bathroom, I just want to go ahead and say that this client has actually been super awesome. They've been very patient. They knew that this was out of our control. There's really nothing else we could do. The space is done. So they did not have that freak out moment on us, although their heart rate did go up a little bit, but I do think that they trust us to get them to the finished product. So anyway, as a side note, isn't it kind of weird that when there's not a partition, you can see how close you are to the person next to you? It's kind of creepy. So I'll see you guys later. I gotta go get back to work.